When are y'all gonna wake up and wake up your spirit and get back to these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments? Hey, I'll do you one better. How about you be a little bit courteous to your neighbor? Somebody got his music up a little loud. Be a little patient, because at one point, you might be wanting to clean up your house at a certain hour and turn your music up while you clean the house. You want somebody to be considerate for you, learn to have consideration for them as well. Wake up. Stop being lazy, stop letting your spirit be lazy, and get back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Give me the scripture.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding.
He said, he went by the field by the man that was void of understanding. You know what that person is? That drug dealer that know he's doing wrong, but he can't stop because he feels it's his duty to get these packs out, not realizing he's the one destroying the community, and he contradicts himself. You know what that also means? Sitting there saying, I'm gonna go get my mama some flowers tomorrow and celebrate her for Mother's Day, like she wasn't a mother every other damn day of the year. Now y'all want to do what the oppressor do or tell you to do. That's probably a sluggish spirit right there in that box getting carted off now. Most High in Christ. The sluggish spirit is the one sitting there saying, I'm going to get my mama some flowers tomorrow. Like your mother ain't been a mother every day of the year. But y'all want to listen to the damn oppressor because they told you, celebrate your mother on this day. Celebrate your father on this day. Celebrate your significant other on this day. Like Valentine's Day. Like the idiots we are, and we do it anyway. We get taxed on every dollar that they give us when we scrape it for crumbs, just to get taxed again because we spend it in their establishments just to buy flowers that they're gonna tax us for again to give to our mother. And 9 out of 10, a lot of us suffer from drug-infested homes. Mama's being strung out, father's being strung out and being in and out of prison. You know, and all that contributes to being a slothful spirit. Your spirit being forever asleep because you don't want to wake up. Give it to him again.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof.
He was so damn lazy, he didn't even take care of his own vineyard, and it got thorns everywhere. You know what that is? That's that weed dispensary. Y'all wanna please y'all flesh. Y'all wanna go to that weed dispensary. You're sitting there letting your lungs get all curled over. When you go to the doctor, those thorns over the vineyard, that's you getting diagnosed with cancer. That's you getting diagnosed with lung cancer or breast cancer. When you sitting there being a sluggish spirit and you sitting there sleeping with whores and you turn around and you get burned, that's from your spirit being lazy because you didn't want to protect yourself. Just like you don't want to get to these laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments and be protected by the Lord. We need to wake up, North. We need to get to these laws, statutes, commandments so we don't face these judgments. We are lazy. Everybody's out here walking back and forth like batteries. Like this is the Matrix or something. But you know what it really is? We're being slothful, we're being stubborn, we're being stiff-necked, and we're being lazy. I was once lazy. I woke up. Now I'm on this side. When are y'all gonna wake up, stop being lazy, and get on this side? Get on the side of the Lord. Get on the side of brotherhood. I don't know half these brothers from a can of paint, but you know what? I know they love me like I love them. Why? Because we're not lazy. We're not slothful. We put these bricks in. We keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And we're going to face the gifts and not the curses. But we still out here and we suffer you. We're going to long suffer you because y'all don't get it yet. And we're going to make sure that y'all do. Give me that scripture.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through.
You see that? By being lazy, the roof caved in on the house because you didn't want to keep it up. If your spirit is that lazy, to where you don't want to get up to work, you don't want to pay your bills, what's going to happen? You're going to get evicted from your home. If you own the home and you don't keep up the maintenance, what's going to happen? Your roof is going to cave in. Slothfulness leads to destruction. Slothfulness will lead to our own destruction if we don't wake up. Read it again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 18. By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through.
By sitting on your idle hands, not putting no bricks in, doing the Lord's work, all you're doing is destroying yourself and destroying your flesh. And not only that, you're also harming others. Also keep in mind, your actions will affect others. You sit there, you be stiff-necked and stubborn, but you gotta remember, your actions will hurt somebody. Because you can choose to do something and harm someone else. Another black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man. So you gotta be mindful of your actions. And being a lazy and slothful spirit can also harm others as well. Read it again.
By much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through.
That Marine veteran was sitting on idle hands by putting Neely in that chokehold for 15 damn minutes.
That's right.
His spirit was so slothful that he didn't stop until that black man was dead, unalived, not breathing. It only takes 30 to 60 seconds to subdue somebody in a chokehold.
Right.
He had him in that chokehold for 15 minutes. He had the intent to kill. That spirit was that damn slothful, he had the intent to kill Jordan Neely. It's real easy to be a slothful spirit because all you gotta do is just not listen, not hearken. It's so easy to not listen to God and follow his law, statutes, commandments. It's so easy. You know what's not easy? Fighting your bare flesh. Telling yourself no. That's the beginning to waking up that lazy spirit. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, no, I'm not going to get that cigarette. No, I'm not going to buy that bag of weed. No, I'm not going to like that Black and Mild. No, I'm not going to pop that wop. No, I'm not going to sleep with that whore and make a whore of my sister. We got to get back to treating ourselves better, and we need to wake up. Give me the scripture.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahushua, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.
That's right. Anything you do it in the Lord's name. But damn it, you'll be a hypocrite if you're going to sit there and smoke a blunt or light up a cigarette and say you're doing it in the name of the Lord when that's a direct rebuke. That's like spitting in the Lord's face. Wearing that cross on your neck, that's a direct disrespect to the Lord. Sitting there worshiping a rock. For those that worship Allah, we got your God right here.
That's right.
Your God's sitting right here in front of us. Come bang your head on him 30 times real quick and say you love him. Come do it. Come bang your head over here and show us how much you love him. Give yourself a daily concussion. We need to stop living in that lie and that illusion that other gods exist. There's only one living God. And if you ask me, I'll take the nigga God over anybody. Give me my nigga God. Give me Yahushua. Let's let Christ return. And let's see what he got to say.
That's right.
And it ain't that white stringy haired Caesar Borgia you see in his picture down here. Nah, he a black man. Hair, skin of bronze and hair of wool. Eyes as red as fire because he drank that wine. You know who like that wine? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We like that wine, don't we? We know we do. And we like that strong drink too. That's where they get it from. Let me get that scripture.
Colossians chapter 3 verse 23. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men.
Meaning, when you do something, you do it wholeheartedly for the Lord. When you putting that work in for the Lord like we're doing and put that work in for the Lord, you doing it wholeheartedly for the Lord. When you serving man, that means you go to the oppressor and you go to the oppressor for everything. When you serving man, you're serving your flesh because you're getting high. When you buy that pill, when you buy that pack of Newports, when you buy that pack of filter tip miles, you're serving your flesh. You're serving the man. You're serving the damn oppressor. When are we going to wake up and stop making the damn oppressor rich? Because all they're going to do is keep us poor. How many of y'all out here working 2 jobs and still struggling? Y'all ain't got to raise your hands, I know. Most of y'all out here. Ain't nobody living good. We out here hopping on, waiting for the bus. We're walking. If everybody was good, we all be in forests, chilling, going on vacation. We can't afford it. Why? Because they got the knee on our neck.
Right.
And they got that oppression on our heels.
Right. That's fact.
It goes so much deeper than having such a slothful spirit. We're so psychologically broken that we go to the oppressor in want of all things, in nakedness, and hunger, and in thirst. Ain't no more, I don't see any more black-owned businesses, and they're not longevity, they don't last long. What happened to them good old mom and pop stores in the hood? They put us in the hood, we set up shop, and then they destroy us. This kingdom is their playing field, and they set the rules. All we try to do is duck between the raindrops. And we try to do that just to scratch and survive. I don't know, I don't want y'all old I am, but there was a show called The Jeffersons. And a show called Good Times. I don't know what the hell, being in poverty for most of your generation, where the hell did you find good times at? The only thing that was good about good times was that the family structure. There was structure and order. You had the father, the mother, and the children. The father worked, the mother worked as well, and also took care of the household and took care of the children. That was the only good thing about good times. It showed structure and order in the black home. The one thing Commander General Yohana said is, we don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house. Right. A Hispanic man in every Hispanic house. Right. An Native Indian in every Native Indian house. Right. But how can we do that if we're being so stubborn and stiff-necked with a slothful and lazy spirit? Give me that scripture.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
What? Say it again.
They hunt our steps.
Say it again.
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. That Marine veteran hunted Jordan Neely's steps and choked him out for 15 minutes. Say it again.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
We can't go on the damn streets. We can't go on the subway and beg for a damn dollar like they don't know that that man was homeless. Like they didn't know that all he wanted was a sandwich and a damn bottle of water. The news article said he was being erratic. But then another article came out and said, but he didn't put hands on nobody. They said he was being erratic for change, but he didn't hurt nobody and put hands on nobody. So how in the hell did that Marine veteran sit there and say he was in fear for his life and he thought about the other passengers by killing another black man? And then another black man held his arms down while he got choked out. Where's the righteousness in that? That is an unrighteous murder. And these oppressors need to start being accountable for their actions. He was questioned and then released. And then a week and a half later, they're only charging him for manslaughter, which only serves a minimum sentence of up to 15 years. That was second-degree murder. And he's only going to be charged for manslaughter. I still don't say that's justice being served at all. Give me that.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near.
Our end is near. These are the latter days that we're in, North. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are in those latter days. We are in the latter days and the latter times. If you think I'm lying, then somebody tell me where COVID-19 came from. There's brothers and sisters that's out here older than me. And in your lifetime, have you ever seen a disease plague the earth that much to where the whole globe got shut down for 2 years? Like, I'm not that old, but I've never even heard of that anywhere in history other than in the Bible, where the whole globe got shut down for 2 years. God hit the snooze button and said, sleep.
That's right.
Y'all don't want to follow me? Sleep.
Right.
You don't want to obey? Sleep. When are y'all gonna wake up and see that? Or y'all gonna wait till the last minute and it's time and your time is near and he wanna hit the snooze button on you. Now you wanna say I'm sorry? Then you wanna say I'm ready? It's too late. He don't answer calls in desperation. That's in the scriptures as well. You gotta keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Give me the scripture.
2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
If you don't work, you don't eat. if you don't do that 9 to 5, how you gonna pay your rent? You know, if you don't yield that harvest, how you gonna make crops? You can't sit on idle hands and let your spirit be lazy. You gotta work. You wanna work for the Lord? Wake up! Stop letting your spirit lay a rest and wake up! Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, or you will face the judgment.
Right.
You know what? You don't believe me. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28.
That's right.
I don't think y'all understand. Let me get 28 verse 1. I'm gonna show you. Don't let this be. This ain't Ayashala's words. These are the words coming straight out the scriptures.
Right.
I'm just giving it to you RAW, raw and uncut. Y'all don't need no kid gloves. Y'all grown enough to tear y'all flesh up. Then y'all grown enough to get this. Y'all gonna get this. We gonna get this together. Let me get that scripture.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Nah, above some nations.
Above all nations of the earth.
Nah, above like 2 nations.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above all nations on the earth. We have been beat down and subjected to all types of oppression. Y'all gotta understand, the word hearken means to listen. To observe means to watch and to do. In order to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, y'all gotta listen and y'all gotta watch and you gotta do. Don't say you love God and then go eat them damn pork chops you made. Don't sit there and say you love God and then put that blunt out before you go pull this robbery. Right. Because you just got this new stick with a switch on it. You want to see how it works. You got to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, and then you won't face the judgments. And if you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, the Most High will set you on high above all nations upon the face of the earth. Right. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. When you love to see the day when the oppressors are slaves, you ain't gotta sit there and work anymore. You can retire young, sit back, go on vacation because your land is being taken care of. You finally got those 40 acres and a damn mule, and your mule is the oppressor. Right. You know what I mean? And they harvesting your collard greens and your cabbage and your pinto beans for you while you out coasting on a beach somewhere, tanning. Don't that sound like the American dream right there?
That's right.
That's the dream that we supposed to be living, but why we don't? Because we're lazy, slothful spirits. And we don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the reason why we're not going to see that. This is why we're not going to see the land of milk and honey. Because right now we love living in the bitterness. We love living in the bitterness of the oppression. We're so beat down and oppressed, the oppressors don't even got to say squat to us now. They can just sit back and watch us destroy ourselves. They can just sit back and watch us destroy one another. They like, oh, we did enough. We ain't got to do nothing else. Got to sit back and eat some popcorn and watch them destroy each other. And we do it like dumbasses. When are we gonna wake up? Cause I don't say it to just y'all, no. I say it to myself as well. I'm one blunt away from being you. I'm one piece of oppression away from being on the street eating out of garbage too. I am no better than you. But I know one thing, if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, you won't be better. You won't get better But if you come over here, grab your flyer, go to ISUPK.com, that's the beginning. Because in order for you to know something, you have to acknowledge that you don't know nothing.
Right.
Once you realize you don't know squat, that's the beginning of you knowing something. And fearing the Most High is the beginning of wisdom.
Right.
You have to wake up that lazy spirit, though, in order to realize what the word that's coming out of my mouth. Give me the scripture.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, especially for those of his own house, he hath denied the faith, and is worse than an infidel.
Damn, that was a heavy scripture. It's saying if you being that damn lazy that you don't even provide for your own feelings, for your own house, because you want to be a wicked, disgusting bastard and just get high all the time, or just go sit in the park and drink all damn day, then you just as bad as the oppressor. Because you want to be a slothful and lazy spirit. That's crazy, but it's so true. Because, like I said, if you're not following these laws, statutes, and commandments, we will face the judgments, Lord. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, if you don't wake that lazy spirit up, how can you sit there and say you love God? You're a liar. In order to love God, you gotta love your brother. You can't say you love God and hate your brother. You're considered a liar if you do. In order to love God, you gotta love your brother. You gotta love that brother next to you that's eating out of the garbage can. Love him enough to get him a bottle of water and a banana. If you ain't got enough change to get him a sandwich.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna kill your pockets. You'll be surprised by that one good deed what the Lord might do for you. You might have a hot $5 and you need $1.30 of that for the bus, $1.50 of that, and you turn around and you buy that brother a sandwich in the water with your last. You get off the bus on your way home and find a 20 on the ground.
Right.
You'd be surprised how the Lord could bless you like that. It's not a coincidence. But you got to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments in order to do so. You have to wake up that slothful and lazy spirit. Give me the scripture.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love.
Wow, that summed that up right there. Be kindly and affectionate to one another. Brothers, show love to one another. Sisters, show love to one another. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. All of that is sins. And those are sins of a slothful and lazy spirit. Like I said, it's easy to sin because we're so used to doing it already. We're raised out of sin. We're sitting there getting ready to go celebrate Mother's Day tomorrow for what? Your mother was a mother every day of the year. Why you want to wait till tomorrow to give her flowers? God forbid, what if your mother passed on tonight and she don't live to see Mother's Day tomorrow? Why you ain't giving her flowers today? Why you want to wait till tomorrow?
Right.
Stop letting the oppressor tell you when to celebrate what. Why don't you follow one of these high holy days? Like we just had the Lord's 54th Passover. It was glorious. Biggest family reunion ever. And I didn't know nobody. And it was glorious. And we got to drink and be merry. And we enjoyed and embraced brotherhood and sisterhood with one another. And ate lamb and unleavened bread. Oh, it was great. Give me that scripture again.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
Look, we need to prefer one another. Just like I want my nigga God, I want my brothers and my sisters, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I choose y'all. I prefer y'all over the oppressor.
Right.
We're never going to get the oppressor's approval. The more you try to seek his approval, the more he's going to put his knee on your neck like you like that, don't you? Here, take some more. Here, let me put a knee now. You know what I mean? Here, let me put an elbow in your neck too. The more you look for their approval, the more they're going to oppress you. When are we going to figure it out and wake up? Stop looking for the oppressor's approval. We need to be kindly affectionate to one to another, brothers and sisters, because brotherhood and sisterhood is synonymous. We have to stop hurting one another. We have to stop plotting and scheming on one another. We have to learn to love ourselves love the Lord and love one another. We'll live a lot longer if we do so. By keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, we're not going to be lazy, slothful bastards anymore. By not making whores of our sisters is the beginning of loving yourself and loving the Lord and showing the Lord that you're willing to fight the flesh, willing to fight and show him that I deserve your mercy. And you'll be surprised how far you can go with just making that first step. Because by making one step, you make two. And by the time you turn around, you done walk the whole journey. And then you end up here, where we are now. Give me the scripture.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth, and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
The soul of a sluggard desires nothing because he doesn't want nothing for himself. He's that damn lazy. He just wants to sit there and exist. But the soul of a diligent person, someone that works, you know, he's gonna reap the rewards from his work. Like a mechanic. He puts that time and hard work in fixing your car, making it right for you so you can get back and forth to work. Yeah, he gets paid, but he gets gratification from knowing that he just made your vehicle safe. For those real mechanics that want to make sure that you're safe and not be sorry later, because that falls on him because he's the one that did the work. When you do the work of the Lord, you get a gratification from doing the work of the Lord. You feel good from doing the work of the Lord when you're not being slothful and lazy. If you're being diligent in that work, you will be rewarded and you will reap the rewards. It's like this. The Most High will reward you for your hard work. And if you don't work to put your work in for the Lord, he will reward you. It all depends on how you want to be rewarded. Do you want to be rewarded for doing his work or pleasing your flesh? Good scripture. We need to stop being slothful and stop being lazy. And I don't mean just physically, I mean spiritually. Like I said, y'all can get up and go to work from Monday to Sunday and your spirit is still being lazy. Because I know for a fact, as soon as you get off work, you ain't gonna wanna clean up. You ain't gonna really wanna cook dinner. You probably picked up something on the way because you're so tired. You ain't gonna wanna deal with your kids. And if you work all the time and you got a husband at home, or if the brothers got a 9 to 5 and you work 7 days, 6 days a week and got a wife at home, he don't want to spend time, he just want to sleep. And like I said, and a lot of us out here, we working 2 jobs just to be broke because they want to go up on the rent. Walmart is ridiculous right now. A case of water used to be less than $3. Now it's around $6 for the same case of water. A 60 can of eggs went from $3.76 to $22.74. Like, the prices of inflation is ridiculous. And they tax us on that. And they tax you for working for them. And then when you get paid and cash your check, they tax your tax pay already. Again. And then when you go food shopping, they tax you again. And when you go clothes shopping, they tax you again. So as long as your spirit is slothful and lazy, you're not going to wake up and keep the law, statutes, and commandments and be like, you know what? I'm going to start growing my own food. You know what? I think I'm going to start making my own clothes. And create a lane for yourself and for others. When are you going to wake up?
Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 5. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causes shame.
For the one that's up putting that work in, early bird get the worm first.